Welcome back everyone, I'm the depressed ER, this is Yugioh, Legacy of the Duelist. Let's do this. Well of a ride. Wonder what that's going to involve. Oh, evil that version of that guy. Okay. No idea what the decks are, so we'll do. Looks like Winged Beast deck. A Blackwing deck, actually. So we already know about Icarus. Cannot be special summoned. When this card is normal summon, you can target one level 4 or lower Blackwing monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in defense position. Not too shabby. Oh, I do have Synchro. I have Blackwing Armor Master, which requires a Blackwing Tuner and a non-tuner. 2500 attack, cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the damage step, if this card attacked a monster, you can place one wedge counter on the monster. You can remove all wedge counters from your opponent's monsters. The attack and defense of those monsters that have wedge counters become 0 until the end of turn. Okay. So essentially it's a 2500 attack monster, and I guess if I attack something I can't destroy, I can put a wedge counter on it and debuff it. And then Blackwing Silverwind the Ascendant, one tuner and then 2 or more non-tuner monsters. So you have to use 3, period. When this card is synchro summon, you can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field with defense lower than this card. Card's attack, destroy those targets. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. Okay, it's only on summon though. During each of your opponent's turns, the first Blackwing monster you control that would not be destroyed by battle is not destroyed. Wait. Yeah, okay, I understand. So yeah, we kind of want Silverwind. The other one's okay, I guess, just simply to get a 2500 out. Oh, by the way, I have 2 tuners in my hand, it looks like. The other one is Breeze the Zephyr. If this card is added from your deck to your hand by a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Cannot be used as synchro... Okay, cannot be used as a synchro material except for Blackwing monsters. Gotcha. When an opponent monster declares a direct attack while you have 5 or more Blackwing monsters in your graveyard, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. And then send 1 monster from your deck to the graveyard. Alright. We'll set our traps for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and do Foolish Burial just so I can look through the rest of the deck. Or at least look through the monsters. 1700 attack, Bora the Spear. If you control a Blackwing monster other than Bora the Spear, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card attacks a defense position monster, just piercing. Gale the Whirlwind. If you control a Blackwing monster other than Blackwing, you can special summon this card. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls that targets attack and defense become half its current. Okay. That's also a tuner. Blackwing Elfin the Raven. If you control a Blackwing monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one monster your opponent controls, change that target's battle position. This face-up card on the field cannot be used as synchro material. This is Value, the Emblem of Honor. If this card is in the graveyard, you can target one non-tuner Blackwing monster in your graveyard, banish both this card and that target, and if you do, special summon one Blackwing synchro monster from your extra deck whose level equals the total levels of the banished monsters, but its effects are negated. Target one, banish both this card and that target. Equals the total levels of the banished monsters. Okay, so it's synchro material. The thing that's weird about it is you target one non-tuner Blackwing monster in your graveyard and you'll banish both that and this card. The problem is this thing is only 1 star, so the I thought the monster literally has to be like a tribute tier or a synchro monster itself in order for it to actually be used. But I'll probably be throwing that in the graveyard. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, destroy the blue flame. You can special summon one Blackwing monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck, but its effects are negated. And that's Elfin the Raven again. So yeah, I guess with Elfin the Raven and value the Emblem of Honor, I think you could do a synchro from the graveyard. Feign the Steel Chain. This card can attack your opponent directly. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, target one attack position monster your opponent controls, change it to defense position. Blizzard, we already know about. Mistral, the Silver Shield. If this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, reduce the next battle damage you would take this turn to 0. Gale the Whirlwind, we already read about. Steam the Cloak. If this face-up card leaves the field, special summon one Steam token, 100/100. This card is in your graveyard. You can tribute one monster, special summon this card from the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Blackwing Steam the Cloak once per duel. If this card summoned this way is used as a synchro material monster, all other synchro material monsters must be Blackwing monsters. Okay, so if this is in the graveyard, I could tribute a monster to special summon it, but I don't really need to. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw one of the Emblems of Honor into the graveyard for now. And in the meantime, what level are these? Yeah, 7 and 8. Yeah, this is pretty beefy. Yeah, the issue is yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and summon this in attack mode, even though I really shouldn't. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I could destroy those cards if I wanted to. I now have another monster, I guess. And I'll go ahead and do Icarus attack. Fake Explosion, activate only when a opponent's monster declares an attack. Monsters cannot be destroyed by this battle. After damage calculation, special summon one summon reactor SK from your hand or graveyard. Okay, so that's one way he could have gotten monsters out, and then of course you have Call of the Haunted. Now he doesn't have any of it. Bad news is he still has 4 cards in his hand, and I don't have much to work with. Yeah. That's a problem. I can't kill it. At least not yet. Right. This thing inflicts 800 damage every time I summon a monster. If I just had something a little bit stronger, I could do this, but I don't. Now I get Blackwing. But I can activate this. I mean, there's not really much to work with here. Oh, I can negate attacks too. What a freaking frackin'. Alright. Well. Hello, Dark Flat Top. Send one Blackwing monster from your hand to the graveyard to select one defense. Okay, that doesn't help. Alright, once per turn you can target one reactor monster or flying fortress Skyfire in your graveyard. Special summon that target, ignoring the summoning conditions. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 5 or lower thing. Great. During the battle phase you can negate the attack one. Yeah, I can't do anything. He'll just negate it. So, it's a stalemate at the moment. The moment he kills my monster, I'll be in slightly better shape. Because the moment he kills that, I can activate Blackwing. Okay. I can change it to defense position, but that doesn't help me. And this thing is a 6-star. Okay. Oh. Send one Blackwing monster from your hand to the graveyard to select one defense position monster your opponent controls and send that monster to the graveyard. That is useful, but I don't really need it yet. So yeah, what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and summon this thing. Just seeing if there's anything else I can mess around with. Okay, I see how it works. The Armor Master, essentially, I would attack with it, and I wouldn't take any battle damage. Okay, so this is what we'll do. We'll summon this. Bring out, I don't know, this thing too. Why can't oh. It has to be 2 or more non-tuner monsters. God, that is such a pain in the ass. I literally can't do it. Alright, well, I'm going to target this thing, which is going to get negated. Then I'm going to target this thing. Alright, I'm probably gonna die from just life loss at this point. Yeah. Okay, I got something to work with now. Still not great, but it's something. Oh no, Sakura's armor! How many do I have in the graveyard now? I have 5. I believe that's all I need, right? Yep. Okay, so the bait will happen. It's not letting me activate this. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Probably some detail I missed. Oh, it's only for direct attacks. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna do this then. I'm going to pick that monster and this card. Then I'm gonna kill all your monsters. So the trap wasn't a gate. Well, it I took 800 damage because I activated a trap while that other reactor was active. Okay. So things happened. Okay. Let's activate this. Now it lets me do this. Okay. I can almost kill it. Now this thing I think has no abilities. That's okay. Okay. Took longer than I expected. That's fine. I'll do the reverse now. So this crow guy has essentially the equivalent of mirror forces. Actually, they're even worse than mirror forces because they can destroy all monsters, not just attack positions, which can be a little bit of a problem. But it only activates once he has 5 monsters in his graveyard, which is going to happen. We have Skyfire, and we've of course got the Dark Flat Top here. Once return, when your opponent activates the spell card, you can destroy the spell card and inflict blah 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 blah. Activate only when that, summon SK from your hand or graveyard. Don't have an SK. Go ahead and activate. He's still gonna get the effect, but I did some damage on top of it. Oh, it's actually a permanent card. Okay, that's good to know. So yeah, whenever you... So apparently this was a key thing that I didn't even have. Okay, we'll go ahead and use Sakarat's armor. So unfortunately he had 2 in his hand. Like, that's the only reason I wasn't able to stop it. We'll take the damage, it's fine. You know, turn my thing to defense mode, that's fine too. So what this thing does is every time he summons normal summons a Blackwing monster, he can add a Blackwing monster that has less attack to his hand. Just a little bit of a problem. Would also, you know, make it a lot easier to have a bunch of cards in your hand. Okay, he's gonna special summon that again. And I don't have a solution. Oh, it's in defense mode. And then of course that got added to his hand, so it gets automatic. There it goes. And boom. Synchro. I'll just take the hit. I can bring it back, but that's not going to help me. I can only pick monsters in my graveyard, not his. Wait. Maybe I'm misreading this. Except with the effect of Summon Reactor SK. That is what I have. So I could actually summon it. Just not this turn. Alright. So we're gonna set this in defense mode. And we'll see if that summon actually works. I don't even know what Skyfire even does, but it's the strongest monster I have. Of course, Armor Master can't be destroyed by battle, so that's a problem. You can normal summon this without repeating. Oh, yeah, so even though it says I can special summon Reactor SK, it does not work. Well. This card cannot be special summoned except by the effect of Summon Reactor to SK. Oh, by the way, there's the SK. This was pretty much game over once he had his synchro out, but... Okay, so the only way is through this thing's... Okay. It's the thing is, it's by the effect of the monster Summon Reactor SK. Why would you call it Summon as part of its name? Whatever. I mean, I know why it's called Summon, because it does damage to people based off the monsters they summon. Anyway, let's go ahead and surrender. Well, it's good that this game is keeping up to the usual shenanigans. Yeah, I'll go first. Because I need to get those monsters out and hopefully, you know, destroy those stupid cards as they come out. Or, you know, not get a single one. Alright. Terraforming. This out. This is not a good idea. I'm gonna do it anyway. Sheesh. Are you kidding me? And just like that. There's Armor Master. Can't be destroyed by battle. So essentially I would need Sakuretsu armor. Alright, no cards in our hands. Let's see what happens. It's another one in his hand, which he'll summon immediately, and then usually they pull out another Blackwing armor. That's a whale. If there's no face-up spell card, your opponent cannot target this card for attacks. This card can attack your opponent's life points directly. How is this summoned? Well, in this defense position, I can't do anything. Neat. Alright. so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out this again. Oh, sorry, I'm going to bring out this again. And I'm going to... Okay, so I only need 2 tributes for this, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to special summon this thing again. In attack position. So I can make another flat top, but I don't care about that part. Now what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go to battle phase. I'm going to kill this monster. Kill that monster. And then I'm going to tribute summon. As long as I have the mausoleum out, I can have this card out. Once per turn, you can inflict damage to... Oh. And I can go ahead and activate its effect to do that. Neat. Cannot target this attack. When it attacks your... Okay, this card I can't attack if I use that ability. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is kill that with this. Then go to main phase. Activate effect. Alright, you're at 2900. We're probably going to lose our flat top in a second. Nope. Oh, you're going to do that? That's fine. Dark Sea Rescue. If this card is used for a synchro summon and sent to the graveyard, the owner of this card can draw 1 card. Okay. Alright. So I'm a little confused. If you have a Black Wing monster, which he does, he could have just normal summoned that. I guess he just wanted to... Yeah, he could have just normal summoned it. I'm guessing it's because it doesn't have the dash, and therefore the game thinks it's not a Black Wing monster. But whatever. Okay. Well, all that said and done. Alright, so this is what we'll do. We'll go ahead and do... Do we have any? No, we don't. Okay. So we'll go ahead and activate this effect again. Bring back the reactor. Okay. Oh, also this thing can attack the opponent directly, but not that concerned about it. Alright, so battle phase. I'll let you kill that. Attack your opponent directly? Oh, sure. I'll just kill you. Alright. Done. Hey, we're back to the main character again. So, I'm gonna go ahead and call this a video. I am D Depressed Dior, Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. See you guys later.